And as usual, Nick, Mr. Mustang.
Good evening, everybody.
Nice to be
we
here.
got Tom Hartman. Welcome, Tom, the sacred prophet, prop firm payout poppy.
It's an ironic name because getting payouts is like I only started prop firm trading like a couple of months ago with TradingView, and I just love. I have a twin brother, and because I got to pay out before he did, I like to rub it in his face. I like to make him say that I'm a payout poppy.
I hear you and your brother going back and forth all the time. Now I can't figure out which one's the good-looking one and which one's the smart one. I have not been able to figure that out yet.
Well, we'll both agree that I'm the smart one, but I think also the handsome one. I don't know.
Takes the cake.
That's what all the boys down on the base say anyway.
That's right. All right. Well, should be an interesting trading day because last week some people did not believe that the market could just drop the way that it did, and then it moved exactly the way that we expected.
I mean, it kind of dropped like a bomb. Like, I mean, I don't know. It was like missiles coming down from the sky.
I always find
Raining
it fascinating that you ever notice how often technical analysis will line up. Well, like it'll set up something, and like technical analysis will say, "Hey, something here should happen. Like the price should drop," but I can't tell why. And then boom, something happens, and then now the price drops.
It kind of makes you wonder who knows something that we don't know.
Exactly.
That's putting in large orders and causing a market to move in a specific way.
That's right.
Well,
Hey,
sounds like your brother's.
Peter, I am no lady. I'm your wife.
Let the razzing begin.
That's right.
If you've ever watched Tom and Peter going back and forth, it can be it's fun.
Well, we can't stand each other, so that's where it comes
obviously.
from.
Yeah,
Comes from a place of
Obviously.
hate, which is great.
Sorry for cheating on me. No, it's a Lyle Lovett song called "She's No Lady, She's My Wife." So, Tom, you've only been prop trading 2 months. You focus on risk management and macro trends in the market. You build trading signals and indicators and automated systems. Is there anything you don't do?
That's what my friends keep telling me. Like, hey, what are you doing here? Well, I don't get into the into the weeds with high level derivatives. So if you want swaps and credit, CDOs and options on bond futures or whatever, I don't do those things anymore because I found it's not really necessary. When you get something like in prop where you're able to scale your profits, well, you don't need to be doing these crazy things in derivative land in order to succeed. But what I find fascinating is the only reason I trade is that I love markets. I would rather not trade at all. I just prefer the tech of markets and the idea of markets. The only reason I do is that I'm a marketing manager and product manager at Traders Post, where it's a SaaS company focused on providing a tool for trade automation for retail traders. And so I was like, okay, I got to learn what people are doing and what matters to them. It also helps me make better indicators. So I was like, okay, to make better indicators, I got to trade to see what it feels like for people.
So is that why you started trading?
No, I started trading myself some years ago, and then I did terribly at it. I just lost so much money, and then I spent my next few years trying to figure out, well, why did I lose so much? Like, what was it that I didn't get? So I spent years building tools for myself to analyze my past behavior, analyze trades, analyze markets, and then that's where people started asking, hey, can I get access to that? Can I get access to this? And I was like, okay, fine. Let me start building these things for people. Let me give it to first a close circle of friends, and then more and more people. And then all of a sudden, now I'm in the tooling business for retail traders.
Lord, yeah. So I've personally used some of your indicators, and I mean, don't let your head swell too much, but they're good. You made
Thanks.
one specifically after I was on Price Action Live with you called Midnight VWAP.
That's right.
That is, I love that indicator. I still have that up 100% of the time. I turn it off and on as I'm going throughout the day just to see what is happening, and it works really, really well.
Well, that came from you, so that was like, that's the sort of thing I like. You came on Price Action Live, and then the way you were trading and the way you were calling it and how you got in and out of trades was different than what I had normally seen. And so as soon as you described how you were using VWAP, I was like, okay, I need something that helps me surface that information. So that's always how I think about things. Are people saying stuff that I'm not directly seeing on the chart? Then I need to surface that information with an indicator, and then I go make it.
Well, you do it pretty well because you got my trading style down pretty well. Now, if we can do the same thing for Dave.
Yeah, what's your style, Dave?
I use value areas, add in a little bit of VWAP. I don't put too much of my trades directly on VWAP, but it helps me build my bias on the day. But typically my entries are in trend directions from fair value gaps and targeting sort of using those value area levels as my targets. So point of control, value area high, value area low. And a lot of like momentum stuff. So similar to like what Nick's when we're just kind of like intuitively seeing good price action, it just gives us the opportunities to get those good entries. So it's just kind of a blend of that there. So.
Well, if you saw the last week, I think TradingView released an update to PineScript, their coding language for their charting platform, that now allows us to make indicators based on VAH and VAL, and point of control and all that. And so we should start seeing a whole slew of new types of indicators that surface this sort of volume information in a new way. I'm very excited. That's the sort of thing that I nerd out on, new functions and new data that you can create things on. And so I'm looking forward to, I think myself next week, I'll be creating a value area, fair value gap, POC type of indicator. It'd be great to get your hands on it and see what you think.
Nice. Yeah, I'd love to give it a little test drive.
Yeah. So you're a prop firm trader too?
Yes.
Awesome.
I started my trading journey back in like 2018, mostly doing Canadian stocks originally, like TD and Royal Bank. And then I felt like I was doing pretty well, there. And then I moved over to the US market and took a stab at penny stocks and just kind of got a little bit of good and a lot of bad from that. So then I moved into options and, had a mixed bag of success there, kind of like a break even, which I felt was pretty good because I was still learning. But later on, I kind of got caught in the COVID dump. I was actually had contracts for Tesla longs and Apple longs. So it pulled back on me hard, and I'm like, oh, this is normal. It'll recover. I ended up like taking those contracts went down to like $1, right, to buy it back. So unfortunately, and then I kind of stepped away for a while and kind of still learning about it in and out. And then in December of 2024, I got into futures trading. I started using my own prop firm or my own capital, through Interactive Brokers. And my good friend Randy had recently got into trading with prop firms. I had no idea really what they were. So in about February of 2025, I got into my first prop firm, and I ended up getting my first payout in end of April with Top One Futures. And then after that, I kind of moved into YouTube. Now we've been live for almost 6 months, like Monday to Friday for the most part. And that brings us to now. So
how did it feel when you got that first payout? Like,
it was pretty awesome because just that whole sort of excitement that maybe this is something for real that I can do to continue making, having that lifestyle and making the money. And it's definitely not as easy as some people make it look like, but Yeah.
So
It's-
I think Randy is the key with everything recently. Randy actually introduced me to Mike Christensen, who introduced me to Tom Hartman,
Right.
and then Randy introduced me to Dave and Christine and all of these other people. And I think Randy might be the center of the universe. Randy is VWAP. That's what it is.
there you go.
Randy is VWAP. That's where everything comes together. Is in Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I keep saying
So
Mustang's the best, as far as I know, the best trader I've seen. Because your attitude for how you're dealing with. I've never heard or seen or anything online where you go on tilt because you let your emotions take hold of you. Am I getting the right impression there? Because I don't get that from you that you go.
yeah,
crazy.
I don't really go on tilt. Mostly, well, let me rephrase that. I don't go on tilt anymore. I have done it. But I'm also I'm kind of a quick learner. When you lose a lot of money going on tilt and you lose it very quickly, you don't want to feel that pain again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not touching the stove 4 times to learn one lesson.
Right.
So but yeah, I take my losses and I just deal with them. If I have a bad day, like I lost, what did I lose last week? Like 16K?
Yeah. I think it ended up being like 12 in the end.
So I mean, I
yeah.
lost over 10K in a day, somewhere between 12 and 16. Okay, cool. That was across 45 accounts. It's not that big a loss, but it was still a lot of money to lose. I can always come back tomorrow. There's always going to be another trade tomorrow, and if I'm not reading it right, then I'm going to step away.
Right.
I think the most I've lost, honestly, I think the most I've lost in a day was like $28,000.
Right.
And that was across like 60 accounts. So again, still not a huge loss, but if I've done the math. If I make $200 a day across 54 accounts, I'm making $750,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Right.
If I let my losses offset that too much, then I'm going to end up in the red. So read The Best Loser Wins. It'll keep you from going on tilt.
For sure.
All right. So what tickers, Dave, do you trade?
Okay, so in the evening sessions, I'm typically watching NQ and possibly gold. Although I've been burnt a few too many times on gold, so I try to stay away from that. Just because with how slow the markets move at night, I like to trade NQ because it's just a little faster. Now during the day, though, we're typically watching ES and YM, and sometimes NQ also, but try to like go with the slower contract in the New York session. It gives you a little bit more time to react to what's going on. So yeah, that's about it.
Cool. All right. So do you try to find trends? Or are you scalping? How do you manage your trades?
Yeah, so it's typically more of a scalp type, but sometimes I'll take partial profits and leave runners, or just use a stop loss in profit and kind of trail it. So trying to just get more out of the move if you can, right? But yeah, typically it's more of a scalp mentality for sure. Not like, especially during the New York session, because quite often, how it can reverse so fast. Whereas some of the night times I'll end up holding it. I had like a 4-hour trade couple days in a row last week. So it's a little bit of both, but mostly towards the scalping side. Yeah.
I see. I find it so hard to scalp. When you're trading, you guys know this. It's more about like knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are. And if I scalp and I get a good trade, the likelihood that my next trade will fail is high, because there's something about that win or even a loss that just in my brain does not sit well. And so, but I found that if I aim for trends, I am way better because I'm not trying to rush a trend. In my mind, there's only 4 types of trades I want to take. I want to take a full trend, a partial trend, if I need to, a scalp if we're chopping, or no trade at all. And so all the indicators that I made for myself to use are all to try to discover what the trend could be today. What would be the perfect entry for that trend, and what would be the perfect exit for that trend. And that's how I analyze markets. I go, hey, this is where would be my perfect entry. Let me get in there. What's my max risk I'm willing to take? And I just let that trade go. There's nothing like going to bed with a trade on, waking up, and that trade is up, a few grand because you nailed that trend, and because you got in at the right entry. I'm not worried about being stopped out, and I could just sit to that until 4 o'clock on the next day. That's like my ideal type of trading.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I could experience that feeling someday. I place a trade, and overnight I'm waking up to a big old loss. I'm getting stopped out. I'm probably getting stopped out an hour after I put that trade in.
Right.
I'm gonna sleep for shit too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be sitting there going, "Oh no, I wonder what this trade is doing." I'm gonna get up and look at my laptop like a freaking midnight gremlin. Look at it. What's my trade doing? But you're talking about scalping, like now, just the way that you said it, you're better at trend trading, whether it is a full trend, partial trend, and you have trouble scalping. But the way I scalp is in the trend. If it is if it's range bound, I'll go, trading toward VWAP off a deviation band, or a bounce off of VWAP towards a deviation band. If it's in an uptrend, I will wait for a pullback toward VWAP, enter, and then keep going that way. They're still very short time frame scalps, but they're also in trend. So do you have an issue with establishing trend in the shorter time frames? Are you looking at a 15-minute candle and trying to scalp off of that, or?
No, the hurdle for me is my emotional state. If I'm manually doing this, I found that the more number of trades I take, the more likely I am to make a big mistake, either sizing too big or letting a loss run and all that. And I know that I don't have I haven't trained the capability to stop myself if that's going to happen. So I need to take the least number of trades possible. And so if I'm scalping, let's say I get 3 scalps in a row and they're fantastic, and I notice this trend, I'm going to want to keep going until that trend like betrays me at the end. And by the time I get to that end, I'm going to give it all back, if not more. So it's fighting against myself that's the problem.
So that is a trading psychology issue. You getting into trades too quickly, probably not waiting for a pullback, and then if it does pull back, adding into it as a loser, expecting it to go back up, doing things like that.
That's right. Oh, I'm so sure about this. Let me go in with size because FOMO, what could have been, all that.
So when Abby was on the stream, the one thing that she said that I have repeated a number of times is profits don't live in FOMO.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is. She said that, and I was like, "Yep, okay." So I actually think about that when I'm trading sometimes. If I'm looking at something and it's in a strong trend, but it's at the high of day, but it's still not in a price discovery area, I'm looking at it. No, I'm not going to FOMO into this trade because that's not where the profits live. So, Abby, thank you.
But that's what's so sweet about the trend, because then I could have the smallest size possible. I'm only willing to do maybe try to get into that trend 2, maybe 3 times, and then I'm done because I didn't get the trend. To me, it's like what I imagine. It's sort of like when I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to chain smoke cigarettes constantly, all day long, and so now if I take one drag of a cigarette, well, I'm going to smoke a pack of cigarettes. Like, I'm not going to smoke just one cigarette. And so when I do the scalping, I go, well, I can't do that. Like, I know if I could try it, maybe it might work, but I'm going to feel that bug and I'm going to keep on trading. So I know myself, and I'm not going to, I'm going to trade with who I actually am.
Very good. Knowing yourself that's like the third step in that equation too. Right. Knowing how you trade and what your weaknesses are, because you make money on your trades. You keep money with your risk management.
That's right.
And that's if you can manage your risk well, you're going to make money on a trade, but you're going to keep that money with your risk management. So if you know that your scalping is for shit and you're going to lose money, don't scalp.
Other than online, like in your personal lives, do you guys have friends or family that trade? Or are you guys the trader in your group?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, other than like Randy and you and Mike and people that we know from this community. Yeah, no. Got my nephew trading.
I'm the same way. I have like really only Randy, who's like I went to high school with him, and so I've known him for like over 20 years, and he's like the only other guy that I know that's like actively trading out of all of my friends, kind of. And a lot of people just feel like it's sort of like it's a scam or it's it's unrealistic. So then they actually kind of like look down on people who are like putting in the time and the work to learn how to trade, right?
That's right.
So it's a challenging spot for sure.
Yeah, being called a degenerate gambler on a regular basis is pretty fucking funny. Like, okay, great. Runs in the family, I guess.
To be just such a satisfying place to be, because when you are, even aside from the money you can make on trading, the knowledge it gives you about how the financial system works and how different news events can affect. Like when I see oil go up, and I know because of a bombing in some country, and I know the downstream effects that might have on inflation, let's say. And then I can do things now in order to buy certain things and prepare myself so that I don't have to suffer that at the end. I just feel like this is amazing. It's like a weather report for the future. And so I just find it to be fascinating. It feels like a superpower. And then when people casually speak to me about things in the world or what have you, and to them it's like a big important thing, I go, well, it didn't move markets. So it's not really a big thing here, because gold didn't do anything because of it, and the dollar didn't do anything. And I just love the vernacular, the lexicon that you get because of markets.
So I've gotten to the point now where if somebody asks me what I do for a living, I just tell them I'm a tree surgeon.
A tree surgeon?
Yeah.
Just it's what do you, or you can always tell people, oh, I'm in finance. That bit me in the ass though, because I ended up looking at a house over here in Montezuma, and the owner of the home was there, and small frame guy wearing these like cool round purple glasses on a laptop. He's like, oh yeah, you're moving here? What do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm in finance. He goes, me too. I started TD Ameritrade Bank. And I went, what? Oh no, it wasn't TD Ameritrade. It was E-Trade. He started E-Trade Bank, and I went, okay, I'm swimming in a little pond over here. I don't play with you. So that was, I immediately was like, oh, he goes, oh, what branch of finance you work? I was like, I am a futures trader. And he's just like, oh, and the look on his face, he goes, oh, I could never do that. And I'm thinking, you probably could. Just
well, I don't know so I used to do a stand-up comedy before, just for fun. And
no, you're not funny.
I can when I pre-plan my jokes.
Oh, that you can't do anything off the cuff. Peter, you were right. Peter told me earlier.
So I think it's I'm just as impressed by someone who can trade as someone who goes on stage and tells jokes. Like, I think both things are surprisingly the same. It's performance, it's dealing with the crowd, it's live feedback, it's the whole thing. And so I don't think just anybody can trade, but I do think everyone should at least try it. Just like I think everyone should at least try stand-up comedy just to know, what kind of person you are. But I could totally understand someone starting a multi-billion-dollar business and then go, oh, I can never trade. Like, that's too scary.
Yeah,
that's too hard.
It's apples and oranges.
Mhm.
I could never start a multi-billion-dollar business.
Well, I could start it. It just won't get to $1 billion.
Yeah, I'll start it. Somebody else can take it over and actually turn it into something. I don't have that skill. Not in my wheelhouse. Tim Korth says, I tell people I get paid to make educated decisions. I've used very similar line. I'm in the business of making good decisions. That's what I do.
I'm in the business of being an adult. Making adult decisions.
I think Tom should get the first act like an adult t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm curious,
are you guys using AI at all in your decision-making process and analysis and education and trading in any way?
The only AI I ever really used was when I dyed my hair from blonde to black. That was the only artificial intelligence I ever used. So, no, I don't use any AI for any decision making. At this point, I've been trusting the tingly feeling I get in the back of my neck, and and the technical analysis, and that's about it.
Right. Okay, cool.
I know you're looking down on me right now, so
not at all. The
the
less
people going to be open in 7 minutes, so
I've only started using I have an AI running right now in the back end I gave it a budget and okay, you go try to trade. You go try to trade in crypto or in Polymarket or whatever, and then see what it can do. But I'm very interested. I think the next 10, 15 years, like, we're all going to have these little agents that are off making a little bit of money for us on the side.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to get ahead of that as early as possible.
Dave, do you use any AI for?
I've tried in the past on occasion, just like taking a picture of it and just like sending it to AI and see what it says. But I've never really used it to make decisions. Although I use AI like every day just for the trading business. So like building, the write-ups for like the YouTube description and stuff like that. Like I'll use that, and it's pretty awesome for like video write-ups or creating images like thumbnails, stuff like that. So I use it a lot for that area, but not so much for trading and decision making on the trade. So yeah,
what I've been doing is setting my AI system to recreate tools that I currently pay for, because if I do that, automatically I'm saving money anyway. And then there's all kinds of like data and tools that I even though I'm a coder, like I don't want to spend my time building it, and now I'm able to do it. And some of these things are thousands of dollars a month in order to get it, and now I'm able to have my own version of it on my own, just for the low cost of just the AI system. And so to me, it's like a no-brainer to as a coder, just to have an AI constantly running. Hey, make this for me, make this for me, make this for me.
I have a bunch of ideas for indicators and automated strategies if you ever want to get together and do one.
Sure.
But market's going to open here in 5 minutes, so I'm going to go grab some coffee.
All right.
Nice.
Talk amongst yourselves. Be cute.
Yeah.
Say something interesting.
Yeah, so I guess it kind of depends on where we're going to open up today. But, I have my value areas. So I've noticed in the past, typically if we open above our value area high or below our value area low, we're usually going to be, bearish, obviously below the value area low, and a little more bullish if we're above the value area high. That doesn't always hold true 100%. Like, as we know in trading, nothing is never 100%. But so it just kind of goes back to the idea that if you're above the point of control, you're bullish. If you're below it, you're bearish. But I just found that if we're already past the value areas, we're kind of in price discovery. So I'll be looking for, a trend in that direction. Not biased necessarily, but waiting to see what happens. So,
right. Well, I generally look for, especially for NASDAQ, I like to look at what Bitcoin did over the weekend. Generally speaking, where Bitcoin ends up at futures open is where NASDAQ will more or less open up as well. So since Bitcoin trended downwards for the entire weekend, I'm expecting, that bearishness on NQ. However, my normal slant is wherever on any day, even when futures open on whenever futures open, I'm expecting the price to move towards the VWAP price from the day before. And so since the VWAP price for the day before on NQ was, let me see here, 24,780, I would expect us to move up for a little bit to that point, even as far as 24,820, before we pull back down and go lower.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also like looking at the dollar. To me is like the macro. That's my weather report, because it lets me know if the dollar moves dramatically one way or the other. If it moves up, then it's bearish. Down, and it's bullish. And how bond yields work. Anything from the short-term bond yields to long-term bond yields, if they move dramatically or significantly in any way, I take that as a signal as well.
Nice. Tim in the chat said, what free AI program would you recommend to use to build an indicator?
Program. Well, at Traders Posts, I built one there for free. It's called Pine Script Agents, and allows you to generate, using Claude Code, you can generate almost any type of indicator strategy or library tool. You do have to have Claude Code to use it. I think that's $20 a month for Claude Code. And I'll actually paste the link for that inside of the chat for the Pine Script Agents. And it's fantastic. People have been using it for a while now, and you can generate great scripts for free.
Nice.
I heard you over here talking about VWAP and the dollar.
Yep. So, for me, I call it the 6 p.m. trade. 6 p.m. trade, I usually, I'm expecting the price to move towards closing VWAP from the day before. So,
closing VWAP is going to be a high volume node, and that's where price is going to be drawn to anyway. So
that's right. And the further the price is away from the previous closing VWAP price, the more likely you get a big move back because of that, momentum back up.
Right now, all right, I'm long ES.
1 minute before open or what?
No, I'm kidding. Dave, come on, you know me better than that.
Yeah. So did you guys see on TradingView that they now have the manual lockout available?
Did see that about 10 minutes ago when I opened up TradingView.
Nice.
So
I opened up.
I do my manual lockouts through Traders Post because I'm not a peasant.
Good. We have a new entry lockout feature coming soon. I just was building it with John, and so we're gonna have like a top step like lockout for people to protect themselves against themselves.
I've been using that beta version of the command pad, and it has a lockout on it, so I've been using that.
Awesome.
And I take a losing trade, I hit the lockout, I'm done for 5, 10, 15 minutes, and I'll go get some caffeine in me and be happy about it.
Nice.
So we got quite a gap down there, hey? And a pretty bearish candle out of the gate. So this is what I was kind of saying earlier, where sometimes when I see us opening below the value area low, could end up being bearish continuing on, but we'll have to obviously let some of this price play out a bit here. before we build a full bias. Because might get a nice bounce.
Was there any news this weekend? I forgot if there was a. Was there any new country bombed? I know there was an extra one. Was it Ecuador or whatever that got attacked? But I don't know if there's any news that we're not aware of.
Honestly, I haven't been paying much attention to the news over the weekend. I normally don't trade on a Sunday. This is
Right.
This is rare for me. So I normally get my news around 4:30 in the morning on a Monday from the weekend.
I see. All right. Well, I guess I should be short Bitcoin, but I don't like rushing into a trade. For me, the perfect entry for a Bitcoin future short would be, it's 68,495. So I got no trade here.
So what are you looking at on the indices right now?
Me, I look at NASDAQ and Bitcoin futures, sometimes gold and silver. Ooh, gold is looking to fall and silver is looking to fall as well. Oh, interesting.
Wonder if that's a sustained move.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Crude gapped up over 100. Lone Wolf said.
Expected crude to go up a little bit. I was expecting gold to go up, but that did not happen when I thought it would last Monday,
Right.
Sunday night and Monday. But we do have 134 orders on MNQ down at 65.75. CBD is at 28.65. There's no spread in the bid to ask right now. There's barely any spread in the bid to ask.
Stop me from buying this right now, Nick.
Yeah, I want to go long
right there. I just want to buy it so bad right now.
Make good choices.
Yeah.
Act like an adult.
That's what I like about having this. Usually I've been starting the stream later. So I let, the first couple hours of the reopening to happen, and I get a much better idea of what the chart's going to be doing.
So just remember, you've got Tim in the chat. All right. When Tim's in the chat, he's your VWAP guy. Just saying.
Yeah.
You are below VWAP at the moment.
Right.
Are you going to fight with it?
Well, I just see when I see gold pulling back, from its initial rip, it just kind of, how the indices typically go opposites, right? It's like, does that mean that we're going to bounce out? Like I said, not financial advice, guys, but I'm just saying this is my urge right now. It's like I really want to buy it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to sit on my hands here.
Fight your urges. You are not 14 years old with a pup tent for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Got to realize when you're feeling the FOMO.
Yeah. And I know somebody in the chat will quote me and say to act like an adult. So that tends to happen at least once a day.
Do you guys find that you trade better when other people are watching, or worse?
Yeah, better.
About the same.
Oh, geez, gold. Oh my God, gold. Did you guys see that, guys? It just dropped like 30 points, 40 points.
I do tend to get better entries when I'm trading with Dave, though. Dave uses points of control, value area, high and low, fair value gaps, things that I'm not good with. So a lot of the time he will confirm something that I was thinking based on a different technical indicator. And because of that, I'll end up with a much better entry than I would have otherwise. So still the same trade, better price though.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you.
Hey,
don't ever change.
Thank you. Usually the voice of reason over there.
What was that?
you're the voice of reason. I usually hear, act like an adult. Act like an adult.
Your job here is to
Don't
make
be a
good
pig.
decisions. Be a bear, be a bull, don't be a pig. Pigs get slaughtered.
That's right.
So yeah,
I
our first
remember when
5
it clicked in
minutes
my,
was set. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead. I remember when it clicked in my head that there's always another trade. I don't know why I didn't really internalize that, especially if it's a big move. I don't know if you guys ever read the Inserto series from Nicholas Taleb, but or the guy who popularized the idea of black swan events. But the idea is that you'll see something that's happening in the markets, and it's a once in a 50-year event, a once in a 100-year event, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to miss this. And then you realize later on, oh wait, once in a 100-year events happen all the time. That same event won't happen again, but some other thing will happen, and it happens quite regularly.
It happens. I mean, recently it's been happening weekly.
That's right, exactly.
I remember in the 80s with that Reagan nightmare. All the automotive industries were just in the red, and people were laid off. Unemployment was ridiculous. And then after all that settled out, or calmed down, settled down, people are like, oh, that was a once in a lifetime recession. Well, I've lived through 4 more of those.
That's right.
In my lifetime. So once in a lifetime is not once in a lifetime. And nowadays, with the 24-hour news cycles, social media, and 300,000 experts on one topic who can't agree on which way is up, right. Somebody makes a tweet and the market's going to move in one direction or another, just depending on how many followers that asshole has. I can say that because I've got like 5 followers. Okay. Dave, you're going to be that asshole soon. Got like 500 people following you now.
Yeah, we're at 615. So
Jesus.
Slowly grinding up here.
Where to go?
Been putting in the work though. I've been streaming like 10, 3, 6, 9, almost 20 hours a week. So
yeah, every time I open on Twitter, you're online.
Yeah.
Dave, you definitely put a lot more work into the social media stuff than I do. And I don't know if it's because I'm lazy or I just don't care.
Probably not lazy. There's Jose. What's up, Jose? Good to see you guys. Lone Wolf, Economic Pulse. And it looks like Adam Hartman.
Oh, that's me.
Okay, gotcha. It's a ATOM. Gotcha.
I'm a Tom Hartman. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Nice. And Peter looks like, yeah. Quad Q Trader. Welcome everybody.
For anybody new here, this is the most boring live stream you will ever see. It's 2 old guys trying to make money.
It feels like that's every live stream I've ever watched.
All right. So you are definitely our target audience then. If you're looking for Lambos and lots of asinine behavior, go somewhere else. Oh, Peter bought something. What did you buy? Tell me it wasn't that gold dip.
No, I think he was buying maybe the NQ.
All right. Oh.
Still hanging out there nicely, but saw YM, what was it? Almost 1,000 points that went down. 810 points, not including the gap. So that's helping ES go down here for sure.
It's a decent move for YM, but it's not unheard of.
No. 130 points on ES though is pretty crazy.
That is a little wacky.
Yeah, because Yeah.
especially for a Sunday.
Dollar up, oil up, equities down. Something must have happened in the world. Why am I not short in Bitcoin? I should just be short in Bitcoin all the time. What am I even doing with my life?
Put a take profit in at like 5,400 or 54,000 and just leave it there.
Let it ride.
That is not financial advice, Tom. Please don't sue me. This I say that, and then this is coming from the one guy in the world that doesn't touch Bitcoin.
Right.
So I'm just basically blowing sunshine out my butt about that right now.
Bitcoin is where I had made the most amount of money and lost the most amount of money.
So did you break even?
Nope. Substantially lower.
Yeah,
And that is why I don't trade Bitcoin.
It's a beast. I'm just a buy and hold guy for Bitcoin. Looking to reassess in the 2030-ish, give or take.
Lone Wolf says Tehran is also burning from Israel's strike of oil facilities.
Oh,
Great. That's wonderful.
yeah. I was seeing in the news that China is going to be affected pretty hard by this because a lot of their oil is getting cut off at the moment because of the war, plus also Venezuela situation.
I was talking to Tom before we went live about that.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. goes into Venezuela, basically takes 100% control of their oil, all their facilities, and then we go into Iran. Is this going to devalue Chinese currency and make the dollar a little bit stronger so we can buy back our debt at pennies on the dollar?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not all that savvy when it comes to politics and world events right now, but it's just a thought.
Well, when it comes to the debt from the United States, it's actually like no one's buying the treasury bills expecting to get all that money back. What it is, it's liquidity that's added to the global financial system. So the United States actually over time doesn't benefit from other nations buying their debt. It's actually pretty bad for the middle class of the United States. But hey, they keep selling those bonds.
I think everything is pretty bad for the middle class at this point.
I mean, they're almost gone. What is it?
Yeah.
What is it to be in the middle class of the United States now? You have to make 190,000 or something like that more to be in the middle class.
190,000 or more.
Yeah, it's something like that. You have to be like a 200K or something like that per year in order to even be the quality of life of middle class that it used to be when it was 50 years ago, 80 years ago.
It's pocket change. I make that in a day.
You are a prop firm trader in Costa Rica. You are far above the middle class, my friend.
I am not making 190K a day.
No, but I mean your life. Middle class will seem a lot lower than what you're living at here.
Now, the cost of living where I am is actually higher than it is in the U.S.
Is it?
Yeah. If I go through my my books for the past 9 months, far higher here. It's because of the area I'm in. I'm in a blue zone in the Nicoya Peninsula. So, buying a home here, you can't buy a home for less than $790,000.
Jesus.
For a 3-bedroom home here. It's literally impossible.
All right,
Unless
so
you're buying a shack on a 500 meter square lot, you're not getting shit.
So you have Canada prices over there. Got it. Our homes here are just insanely expensive. Well, we never had the housing crisis of 2009. So our prices never even corrected ever up and to the right.
Yeah, that's
So
a good point.
you just keep rising and rising.
Just keeps on going. Why don't we look
So
at
you guys are
Go
so the
ahead.
Canadian banks are still just racking up those subprime loans?
No, we have a different scheme here. We sell our homes to people who don't even live in the country, just foreign buyers who use it to launder money, and they just buy up all the assets.
Literally. And then now we got this the native ban situation here in BC, where there's a lot of properties that are like kind of in the potential of the unknown territories. So I've already heard of some people not being able to get remortgaged on their properties because they're not sure what's going to happen with the titles of the First Nations getting here. So there's a lot of and they just gave to the Musqueam. They signed an agreement that they basically have treaty lands in all of downtown Vancouver, all of Burnaby, and some parts of Coquitlam. So there's about 2 million homes that are sort of in no man's land at the moment until we find out exactly what's going to happen. But some uncertainty that's not very good for British Columbia anyways.
I see.
We've seen a pretty big correction in our prices since the COVID peaks, but I wouldn't really say it's a crash or anything yet at this point.
Yeah, it's like less than 20%, right?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm a realtor, so I work in real estate, buying, selling single family homes for my clients.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, that's kind of my job outside of trading.
All right. So is the low? Are we at the lows?
We bounced a little bit here.
Looking like it on YM, but we still have still have a lot of orders directly below current price.
Yeah, I'm almost.
And
I'm
as
kinda
I
looking
said
for
that, all
here.
that volume just disappeared.
Really.
We just lost about 300 orders below us from 46,500 and down. Just completely disappeared off the book map.
And you're looking at YM, sorry?
Looking at MYM, or I'm looking at YM right now, yeah. Unfortunately, the orders up above us aren't very heavy either. Still looking a little bit bullish. Highest amounts of volume are at 760s level.
Going short.
I just took a short on NQ here. We've been rejecting off the overnight VWAP. Now, if we push up too much here, I'll probably end up cutting this guy, but looking for some continuation. We'll see if we get a bounce here.
They took a short on NQ?
Yeah. And of course, as soon as I got in short, it started bouncing. As per usual.
One of my favorite things to do on Price Action Live, which is the stream I do for Trader Spells Tuesday to Friday morning, is whenever my co-host Mike takes a trade, I love taking a trade opposite him because it's nothing quite like losing a trade, but then also having your co-host win that trade. It's just so it bothers him so much. Well, no, he actually loves it.
Yeah, pretty often me and Nick end up taking opposite directions, but we both end up winning the trade.
Oh, nice.
It happens more often than not. if I'm long on something, Dave will go short. I close it out long before him. The price drops into an area where he wants to take profit. We both make money going in opposite directions.
Nice.
It's not, it's like you said earlier, it's not, it's all about the risk management.
I
And
do
Dave,
prefer when
you're,
the other person. I prefer when the other person loses. It's a cherry on top. It just feels real good. I
well,
feel
that's
like I
because you
took
trade.
their money.
Well, that's because you trade with your brother and Mike every day.
Yes.
So, I mean, Mike is my kid, but I mean, I raised him. He was kind of an asshole when he was a teenager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to see him lose too sometimes. The hell he put me through with his dating life. Ugh. Weird ass guys showing up at the house all hours of night.
Hey, there's Nina in the chat. Hey, how are you, Nina? She
Hey, Nina.
said, "What's up, Dave and Nick?"
Now, I know you, Tom. You just want to make Mike and Peter feel bad.
I want them to feel bad because of me. Because that has to be because of me, just not in
Yeah,
general.
well, I mean, that's what makes it satisfying.
Yes.
Making your siblings cry.
Well, Peter has just started trading. Peter has never traded before, so he's just starting now, and we've actually become closer now because he looks at me and he goes, "I understand the pain you've been going through all these years. I was just bullying you, but the pain you're feeling is real." It's like, yeah.
You know what? We're gonna get Peter on here like twice a week for the next 6 months, and Dave and I are just gonna coach him and teach him how to scalp.
No, let's not upgrade Peter. He's good just the way he is.
Peter needs an upgrade. I don't know if I'm qualified to do that, but I will give it the old college try.
If it changes your mind, our mother loves him more than me. So you're not doing the Lord's work there. You got to help me out.
I don't know. I think you're doing pretty damn well on your own there, Hoss. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with it.
Yeah,
All right. Well, this is bullish to me. Are we closing above 24,285 on NASDAQ? If we are, I'd love to go long, but I'm not rushing it.
So you're looking at a long above a price. I'm looking at a long above at a close above 295.20.
Right.
And I want it to be a strong close above that.
I see.
We had a decent pull down. High volume nodes are all lower and they just kept increasing, going lower. We're under VWAP right now. So I don't want to take a long until it gets above and stays above VWAP. If this pushes down below the previous 5-minute candles opening, I'm going to start looking for a short.
Right. Well, I'm short Bitcoin right now, and that's been printing. So yeah. I am inclined to think that NASDAQ will join it soon. But I'm almost going to be out of my Bitcoin short here in pretty soon.
So for me, it's my chance to take some profits there.
All right.
As per usual, everybody on here is taking trades except for me. Feeling like the odd man out, as per usual.
What prop firm do you use, Dave?
I mostly trade with Lucid, Top One Futures, and Take Profit Trader. Although at the moment I do have also an Apex and Top Step.
Wait a second. You can trade all those in Canada?
Yep.
Huh. I thought I could only trade Top Step in Canada. Okay.
Yeah, Top One Futures and Lucid are good to go for sure.
I see. And you don't need a TradeAvate account.
I trade them through TradeAvate, but they provide the platform.
I see.
So yeah.
All right. Well, if Bitcoin can get to 64,200, I'll take profit there. But my NASDAQ is not looking particularly good.
Did you go long on that?
Short NASDAQ. I want to be long, but my rules are saying here to be short.
Your short is, as far as I can see, is a better bet.
I have one order to take some profit here at the 50s, 250 level. Hopefully we can get down there. Last time we bounced just before it, so. And then I'll probably I only have 2 contracts here. I'll put the remainder in a break even with a stop and see if we can't get a little bit more of a move, but bouncing on me again here.
Yeah, but we're below the 15-minute VWAP and the 24,285 level, so this is pretty bearish.
Mm-hmm.
What matters to me, I guess I haven't mentioned this on stream, I care about time way more than price. To me, time is like so important. So not only does a move have to happen, it has to happen within, I have to see like movement within a certain time frame. So I look at the 15-minute and the 2-hour when I'm dealing with MNQ, and the 50-minute candle closes in how much time?
3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. So, and the last 2 minutes of a 15-minute candle, or the last 3 minutes of a 50-minute candle, and the first 3 minutes to me are no man's zones. I don't take trades in that, and anything can happen in that area. So, for me to feel good about the short, well, feel good. I feel good about it now, but I'd like to see a little bit more of a dump here, so I don't get washed out.
So you're using time as your constant and price as your variable?
Correct. Yeah, the price is just to confirm. I need price to get to a certain level so that I can short or take profits or whatever it is. But time is everything to me. Once I started seeing time, it was like a completely different way of trading. Yeah, see this no man's zone thing here in the last couple of bars of the 50-minute candle, price can just shoot up and then go back down in the direction that you wanted, or completely change the direction. It's just a wild west.
NQ, we've got double the orders underneath current price and we do above, but it's still coming up toward VWAP because VWAP is acting like the center of gravity as per usual.
Yep. Always these last few bars before the close, it gets all suspicious.
NASDAQ getting stupid.
Yeah, after we close above 24, what was it you're looking at? 24,290? Is that what you said?
I was looking at 290. Well, right now 296.50.
Right.
If it breaks above that, if I was in a short, I would probably close it. But I wanted to close strong above that price.
Right.
And right now we still have a minute left on that 15-minute candle, and the 5 is not. The 5 showing a little bit of a hammer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But that first 5-minute candle was a much bigger drop than we've had left. So again, it's just being patient for me.
All right, now we're at the beginning of the 50-minute candle. Let's see what the story is.
You're looking at the 15. I'm looking at the 3.
Yeah, I got the 3 open and I got a 5 open on my other chart.
Why the 3?
Because I'm comfortable with it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, it's just like, for me, it's just a medium pace kind of. I don't like the 1, and then sometimes the 5 can kind of miss a couple nuances if you're not paying attention. So,
got it.
So generally speaking, I'm looking at 15 for a continuing trend. I'll enter on a 5, manage on a 3, unless it's in like unless it's range bound or is moving very slowly, then I'll just look at the 3.
Got it.
I know where the trend is now. I know where VWAP is. I'll just look at the 3 and play off of that. I don't like the 2 and the 1 because it's just too much noise on the 2 and the 1. Every minute that I put on the 1 minute chart takes 2 minutes off my life. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So during US session, do you guys look at higher, like at the 5 or whatever, because it's moving faster, or like do you adjust the time frame depending on how much volume you're seeing moving?
yes, I generally 15, 5, and 3.
Got it.
I used to manage on the 1, but it's like I said, too much noise. I get out of trades too quickly. I'll add to them at the exact wrong time.
Right.
So I much prefer the 3 minute for management. I don't remember who it was. Somebody from the Black Shirt Club manages all his trades on the 1 and does really well at it.
Yeah.
I have no idea how. I put on a 1 minute chart and I'm screwing up a perfectly good trade.
Yeah. The candles just talk to me in my head. Just, do this, do that, do this, do that. No.
Yeah, the 1 can really. I found that I get induced into thinking it's going to be better than it is on the move.
Well, if you like that, you should try the 10-second. It's a wild ride.
Oh wow, yeah.
When I used to make strategies for and indicators for clients, there are retail traders that would trade the 5-second, the 10-second, and like, you are insane.
I would have a heart stroke. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
All right, we're getting to my line in the sand on NQ.
Yeah, I knew this was coming here. I was waiting for this pop here to probably take me out of this trade. Saw that one coming.
All right, 1 minute, 30 seconds left on this. So this is the first candle, the first 5-minute candle in the 50-minute block, which I never take that as a signal. It can always be dubious. And in my head, I have this rule that's always like, you might be in a wick. You know, you might be in that top wick or the bottom wick of a thing. So I try never to make a decision until the wicks are done.
You and I are basically doing the same thing. I'm waiting for this candle close strong above VWAP, enter on the next candle if it's continuing to move up.
Right.
I'm looking at it on a 3 minute and you're looking at it on a 15.
Well, the 5 and the 15, yeah.
Nice.
Considering the low volume here, this may be a no trade Sunday for me.
Sure, of course.
No different than any other Sunday, so I'm not all that upset about it. I got some good company and a couple of giggles, so I'm happy.
Well, Peter's in a trade. He says he's in. Peter, are you long or short? You're supposed to tell us legally. You're supposed to tell us what direction you're taking.
Yeah, if you're in the chat and you're not telling us what you're doing, if you don't have questions or anything like that, I mean, we got Tom frickin' Hartman over here. Nobody has any questions for him? Seriously?
Hey, how'd you know my middle name? That's amazing.
I know your parents.
Well, my mom pretty well, I hear.
Whoa, easy there, killer. It was supposed to be a secret. God, what is this with your mom, Mike's mom?
Mike's mom. You got a thing, man. What do you want? You got to type. All right, so this is bullish to me. This is let's see. But it's got to close above that high. If it doesn't close there, not interested.
Like
what do you guys use to determine? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go after.
What do you guys use to determine oversold or overbought?
Well, I don't. I look at the trend. I occasionally will throw up a I forgot what the indicator is even called. I use it so rarely.
Like
Help
the
me out, Dave.
RSI or
The RSI, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
I'll throw that up occasionally, but I change my settings on it. I don't like the 70-30 bullshit. I like it at 80 and 20.
okay, right.
Because 30 isn't enough confirmation for me that something's oversold. So I keep it down at 20 and overbought at 80. And I'll throw it up occasionally if it's range bound for longer than a couple hours. The reason why I put it on only occasionally is I don't really trade for that long.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get on with Dave in the morning, we're on till noon at the latest. By that point, I'm done.
Right.
If I trade past 12:30, 1 o'clock, I'm losing money for the day because I'm making poor decisions.
Makes sense. So what's your preferred times to trade? Like, what sessions do you guys like the best?
What times? Sorry.
Yeah, do you always trade the futures open?
Yeah, well, we always wait till at least 15 minutes typically, unless YM's looking super clean. But yeah, so we usually wait the first 15 minutes for the opening range to be set. And yeah, Monday to Friday, we're here doing that.
What about the U.S. session or anytime during the day? What time do you guys end on?
We're live for 2 hours. Typically stop trading then for the most part. Yeah. Unless sometimes we've been sitting waiting for Nick's trades to play out. Is in a long on a no news Monday. It's trending up all day.
That's happened a couple, 2-3 times. Yeah. But I trade the pre-market. I might actually start streaming pre-market because I wake up a lot earlier than human beings are supposed to. So I go outside, I kick the roosters, get them crowing, and then, do all my morning shit. I'm looking at charts by 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
So sometimes I'll trade pre-market. I close all my positions usually by 8:30 New York time, 8:30 to 8:45 New York time, and then make another pot of coffee and maybe go for a swim.
Oh, okay. So you like the London session? Interesting.
And then trade with Dave from 9:45 until approximately noon, and do the math, figure out whether I'm red or green for the day, and then I go do something fun, hopefully.
Nice.
Go get bit by ants.
Go get bit by ants while sleeping under a coconut tree.
On the forehead.
All you Canadian assholes are making snow angels. I'm making beach sand angels.
There's no ants in the snow, I'll tell you that. That's why I love winter. No bugs.
You're a sick idiot. You love winter. I spent too many years in Detroit to love winter.
Well, I also never go anywhere. So I'm never shoveling snow. I'm never doing anything like that.
What?
Well, I remember when I used to shovel snow and, travel constantly for work or whatever, then it was a nightmare. But now, no one asked me to go anywhere. My kids don't need me to go outside with. It's great. It's fantastic.
So, Mike Gordon said RSI isn't any kind of an absolute, but I have found it very helpful keeping an eye on it. Absolutely. Absolutely, it is not an absolute, but it can be helpful.
I use RSI all the time, and the higher the time frame, the better RSI works.
Nice.
I could see that.
It's good to help to
Not
show
gonna
when
use
the
it.
trend is ending. Quite often too, right? You can see it rolling over pretty good.
Yeah, but
Well-
you need other confirmations too that it's rolling over. You don't just trade off the RSI.
That's right. You can do
At
that.
least I don't.
Well, RSI is not volatility adjusted, so it's impossible to trade off of it solely because it won't tell you if something's going higher high or lower low. But at time frame changes, oh my god, RSI is fantastic. especially on the 2-hour chart. If you have an RSI signal cross, either high or low, almost certainly if it closes there, you're going to get one big move the other direction.
So if you are looking for that indicator, you can go to traderspost.io, subscribe there for free. And if you want to, that indicator, I know for a fact, is under accounts, under indicators, third row down, second one in.
He's got to memorize.
If you want to pay for your subscription, use code NickJ, get 20% off. Enjoy yourself. Like how I did that?
Yeah.
So I was joking with Dave about this a couple of weeks ago. He's like, "Oh yeah, I have an affiliate code with Top One and another one with Lucid." I was like, "I don't have any affiliate codes because I'm not popular." And then I went, "Oh shit, I do have one with Traders Post." I'm sure it's never been used because, like I said, I have 5
I think I
people
used it.
following me.
Pretty sure.
Oh, did you? All right. So it's been used once. All right. And if you don't like me, I mean, Traders Post has another code that you can use for the same discount.
Not Nick. 301.
Yeah, it's not Nick. Just anything but that jerk.
Well, I thought we were going to be looking bearish there for a minute, and then it turned around on us again here. So ripped a little bit below the VWAP, and then they found support. So all things are pointing towards this being a stop out in this trade here. I got my stop up at 315 on these 2 contracts here. So I think it's about $140, $150 risk here. So
we've been sitting in an 80-something point range on NQ for the past 45 minutes now, 40 minutes.
That's right.
So see if it gets above that range.
We're above the 15-minute VWAP. We're above the 2-hour VWAP. So I'm inclined. And my 6 o'clock trade, like I'm always expecting price to move up to the what do you call it? The node, the magnet node, or
high volume nodes.
High volume nodes at VWAP, which is 24. Previous day's VWAP, which is 24,780. So I'm in a long right now on MNQ, trying to get up there.
That's not a bad long. Even looking at Bookmap, I would say that's you got a couple hundred orders sitting up at 25,500. CVD just went from red to green on that crossover of VWAP. So
Zach in the chat said everything is on fire. That's the news. Oil could go to 300 at this pace. Wow, that'd be savage.
Yeah, but I don't trade oil.
300 oil. Oh my God. We thought silver was doing the crazy thing.
See, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people right now are going to jump on oil because of this. And a lot of people are going to make money doing it. Good for them. I hope they do.
I hate jumping to a trend that's already moving. Who wants to buy high to sell higher, sell low to sell low?
I mean, it depends on the trend. If it's a naturally occurring trend, that's one thing. But what happens when there's a ceasefire and the price just plummets?
Back down
or whatever, 40. You buy it at 105, it drops down to 82. You're gonna lose your ass. But I don't trade oil because oil is slippery. It's a rule. I don't trade gold on prop accounts because gold is heavy.
Right.
There's just certain things that I don't do, and I'm not about to jump on a new ticker just because all the cool kids are doing it.
That's right. That's a great way of losing accounts.
Turtle Buster said oil price is currently news driven. Yeah, I can definitely see that for sure.
And I can't keep up with the news. I don't know if it's because I'm old or I just don't have the bandwidth or what, but I can't keep up with the damn news anymore. It's a 24-hour news cycle where it doesn't matter what they say as long as they're saying something. Doesn't have to be true, doesn't have to be accurate. They just have to be there first.
Hard to trust it also, right?
Trust the news. I haven't trusted the news since 1989.
Good. Good.
For Dan Rather.
Oh, Dan Rather. So handsome.
Oh, he was gorgeous, man. Still get all Twitter pated when I think about him.
Looks like I'm going to get that stop out here.
Speaking of Twitter pated.
So do
Are you in a short right now?
I'm long. He's short, yeah. Dave, do you ever close a position early or ever move your stop either further away or closer in? Do you ever do that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes occasionally, like I did adjust it up a couple points there just because I'm seeing a bunch of wicks here. So I was just seeing a little more breathing room. And yes, sometimes depending on the trade, like I didn't enter, typically I enter on fair value gaps. I didn't on this one. So if I get an inverted, like if I entered on a bearish one and it gets inverted, I'll be looking to exit it. And that would be before my stop typically. So yeah, so in some situations I do get out early and sometimes I'll give it a little bit more room, not enough to like break the bank or anything, but you know, if it looks like if it gave it a few, and I've saved a number of trades because of that. So yeah,
of course. I was thinking in terms of if I move my stop further away, then what I do is I take, because I'm only really willing to take 3 to 5 trades a day. So if I raise my stop, then I'll take one trade off that list and be like, well, that's the stop. That's my risk here. Then I'm adding to this. Otherwise, I find that if I did raise my stop, let's say I want to risk $75 and now I'm moving to 150 and I anchor that, I'll do 150 for every trade after that. Because it'll feel like I'm not giving enough room on my other trades. So anyway, just a rule I have for myself.
Very cool. Yeah.
All
You
right.
being a rules-based trader.
Yeah. Stay in the game longer. Well, this is exactly the sort of long I like. Just get in as early as possible. And then if I could hold this all night, that's what I would do.
So this is where I start looking at longs.
I see.
Close above VWAP. Yeah, you were looking at it long before me. Obviously, going to get a much better entry, but I like looking at longs at this point above the opening range VWAP. Waiting for this candle closure, buy on strength, have an appropriate stop loss and an appropriate amount of size. I probably won't make as much money as you, but I'm happy making the little bit that I do.
I see.
Hey guys, just so you guys know, anyone who's in the chat, I just put a Google Docs form out, a link there. If you guys want to just go below some of the names that are already on there from before and put your name on there, and I'll be giving away a 50K or 50K. I would have to, might be a 25 or 50K from Top One Futures eval. Yeah, add your name on that list if you guys have a chance, want to get in on the entry.
All right, Bitcoin, what are you deciding to do here? You're usually good for a sell-off. Why are you rallying?
I need some more caffeine here. You guys are putting me to sleep. Now, this market is what's putting me to sleep right now. This is not... you guys are much better with this session than I am.
Yeah, this calmer thing is what I absolutely prefer. God, I hate trading the open. Even though we have a show doing it every 4 days a week, I cannot stand trading the US Open. To me, it's the beginning of Hunger Games. And the cornucopia, the gunfires, and everyone's killing each other out there. And I do not have the heart for it.
I just like the taste of blood when you're biting into somebody's neck. Like got that weird silver copper taste to it.
Yeah. Just like Mama used to make.
Well, your mom, yeah.
That's right.
I've only bitten her a couple of times. She told me to stop that shit, though.
Sorry, guys. I actually
I'm
linked
sorry,
the wrong form. So the new link should be the one that you need to go to.
All right. So how are you feeling about this trade here, Dave? You got to pull back to VWAP.
Yeah, I'm not out of the woods yet. We'll have to see how this ends up, if this ends up holding up or not here. That view up, and yeah, we pulled back and bounced on it again. So it's not looking very good for the shorts. That's for sure at this moment. They keep attempting to take it lower, but the buyers are definitely at the view up right now. So.
Well, what you need to do is just tweet at Donald Trump and say something bad about him, and then he'll tweet out bad news, and the market will fall.
Yeah. Well, just let me use my connections there.
No, I'll set my AI agent here, and it'll just go and just tweet him wherever he is.
Nice.
Until he's like, people are really upset about that. I just feel like I should have my AI agent just constantly on Twitter putting out information and seeing if it could start a trend. That would be great. Illegal, but great. All right. Well, my Bitcoin short is dying, so I'm in the same boat as you for my Bitcoin. Let's hope the MNQ pays off.
Just going to confirm these accounts here. Make sure I'm on to the right one. Yeah, it's a 50K Elite Challenge, guys, from Top One Futures is the giveaway for today.
Nice. Do you do a giveaway every show?
I've been trying to get some accounts to be able to give away for some time now, and these are actually the very first ones that we've got. So,
oh, nice.
It's a brand new thing. So this is literally the first account I'm giving away.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
great idea.
So far, we got 3 entries. I probably won't be, doing the duck race until a little bit later here. So we'll try to get a few people on the list. So you got to stick around, guys. Nick's interweb has usually been acting up lately, so he's in his juxtapose or making a pose position on this video feed. Stuck in a position.
Am I frozen again?
Yeah,
you're back. It happens every once in a while. It's no big deal.
Yeah, it's what happens when you trade from a jungle.
Right. Hey, Candle Dealer, what's up?
Oh, Peter
said he was short.
You're so dumb, Peter. You're so dumb. I can't believe you did that. I'm kidding.
Dude.
Good old brotherly love.
We don't call people dumb on this stream.
No, it's not offensive because he is that. So it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Use the correct term on the Nick and Dave show. It's fucktarded.
All right. Well, that's a bounce off of 2-hour VWAP. If we get above the previous wick here, I am bullish. Decidedly bullish.
Yeah, that second support of the overnight VWAP there is definitely a key sign that I'm probably getting stopped out here. Although it keeps getting right up to my price and rejecting.
Yeah.
So you never know. Might get lucky.
So I just took my long on NQ. Got in at 302.
Nice.
We'll see if it sticks.
All right, guys. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure how long the stream you guys were going to stream for. I do have to leave in about 5-10 minutes.
You dirty birdie.
Yeah, it's no problem.
No problem.
I'll probably be here for. I usually run the stream 10 p.m. East Coast until 1 a.m. East Coast. So
Wow.
so I'll probably be here until pretty late. Anyways, we'll just keep the stream going. It'll be a long one, but that's all good.
Dave's a madman. I won't be here much longer either because this is not my my idea of a good time. So
For sure.
You like more? Well, you were trained at 4:30 in the morning. Like whenever I look at the charts at 4:30 to 8:30, like those are sometimes the juiciest moments. But do you try to avoid news events, FOMC, CPI, GDP, stuff like that? Okay.
FOMC. I don't want to trade news events.
Right.
We got Trump talking. Short-term
Right now?
oil prices, which will drop rapidly when the destruction of Iran nuclear threat is over, is a very small price to pay for U.S. and world safety and peace. Truth Social. He just posted that.
Oh, well, that's
Great.
great. That's awesome. It is a small price to pay. Yay.
Oh, yeah. Great. Small price to pay my assy nipples.
Oh my God! Are you getting this pullback? Look at Dave.
Market.
Look at that short. Are you gonna? Oh my!
It's
God.
only back to break even, so and it's gonna bounce off the VWAP probably. So not out of the woods.
You basically won. You can take the applause. You can take the accolades. You won it.
All because of Trump. All because of Trump making a Truth Social.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
It's probably going to bounce and go to my stop here.
Yeah, I'm underwater on this long right now, so gonna hold it for a little bit. I'm looking at 350.
Right. Well, I'm down on my short and my long. So this is great. This is fantastic.
What?
Well, I'm short Bitcoin and
Short
I'm long
Bitcoin.
into.
Yeah.
It's been generally a good trade being short Bitcoin. It just all kinds of shenanigans happening in that space.
Your camera is black now, Nick, for some reason.
Black?
Yeah, it's just a black screen right now.
Oh, I still see him.
Oh, you do? Oh, weird. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just look at the stream here.
Yeah.
Recording. Oh, yeah, you're good. Weird. Yeah. Oh, there we go. You're back now. So weird.
Alright.
But it was only on my StreamYard. It wasn't on the actual stream. So never mind.
Who knows? I got nothing for it, buddy.
Almost back to your entry there.
I don't like this price action. Now we're below the 15-minute VWAP. That's not usually good.
But the buyers are definitely at that 80 to 85 area. Right at that overnight VWAP. Every time now they bounced it back up. So
I got 82 orders up at 350. About 100 orders up over that.
There we go.
there we go. I got stopped out.
I'm still in my long here.
Nice.
Well, we thank you for your sacrifice, Dave.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's more than
Maybe
a
I'll do what Tom does and just go to sleep and leave this on here. Put a stop loss under VWAP and see if I wake up in profit.
That's what I love. I love that. It makes me have great dreams. I wake up with purpose. It's fantastic. Come on, you did that freaking candle right at the 7 o'clock. Oh, I hate the time frame change.
So Tim's asking, I know he has to leave, but can you speak about the risk to pass a 50K eval? So, and Tim was saying in the Discord, he was asking about sizing and whatnot when you're passing eval versus your funded accounts. So I don't know if I think he's directing that at Nick, but
so for an eval, I don't like sitting in evals for very long, so I'll risk usually 10% per trade.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because it's an eval. You're sitting in it and paying fees month over month is not smart. You just cancel your subscription, get a new one,
Right.
use the discount code, pass it within the allotted time that you're allowed to, and do them quickly. That being said, that's only if you have a track record of being able to take payouts and have a over 50% win rate. I don't
Yeah,
look
that's
at
true. Right.
I don't look at R multiples at all. I forgot how to spell R to R. So personal accounts, I risk 0.5% per trade. 3 trade maximum per day. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got for you. Sorry. But evals, I mean, you can pass an eval in usually they're 5 days. You do 10% risk. Don't move your stop losses. Don't add into losers. And chances are you're going to have over a 50% win rate.
That's right. All right, guys, I'm going to have to leave you for now. Thank you so much, Dave, for having me here. Thank you so much, Mustang, for inviting me. It's been fun. I hope I could do this with you guys, I don't know, some other time during the week.
Absolutely.
sure.
I like having people that are smarter than me around. So come back soon.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Good.
Appreciate
And
it.
thanks everyone for watching. See ya.
Have a good one.
See you later. Have a good weekend. So that was the infamous Tom Hartman, the sacred profit prop firm payout copy.
There we go. Nice. That was a good. Should be able to get some good social media there from the early conversation pre-market there. So yeah.